as you all know by now, we are having a baby.
Oh my god, I've just realised that we're matching.
Oh yeah, we are. But there's a baby in there, isn't there? Hello down there. I'm your daddy.
We're literally two kids raising a kid.
Yeah, we are. But we just want to say a big thank you for all of the support that you've given us on the announcement video, the reaction videos that have gone up. Make sure you go to Ellie's channel and watch a couple of those. There's reactions on Ellie's channel, my channel, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. And you've all been asking loads of questions in the comments, sending us messages on Instagram. We've had thousands of messages asking, when's the baby due? What's it going to be called? What do you want? All this stuff. And it's been very overwhelming. So we thought we'd go on Instagram and put on our stories asking for you guys to ask us any questions that you want to know, and we'll round it off in a big catch-up video.
The first one is, are you finding out the gender of your baby?
We're going to do a gender reveal. So we've got it planned. Should we say the date of what it is?
The gender reveal is at the end of the month. So we're having a big gender reveal. We've hired out a venue, haven't we?
Yeah.
Literally my dream venue. But we are actually going to find out the gender just us two. The reason why we're doing that is because I've always said I wanted to do it this way, to be fair, because I want it to be like a moment that me and Lee can take in and just have on our own. But I've spoken to people in the past as well, like my closest friends who have babies,
yeah,
and they've all said that
they wish they'd have done it privately.
Well, no, because Matilda and Olivia did do it like that. Yeah, we're deciding to find out just us two. We're just gonna have a really intimate gender reveal, just us two.
And then at the end of the month is the big one where we'll be filming it for everyone to see, so you'll be able to see what it is. Like Ellie says, friends and family will be there, and it'll be the big reveal a couple of days later. And
then following on from that question, there was quite a few questions that were similar in the sense that some were asking, what do we think we're having? And the other question was, do we have any preferences?
I, from the start, very start, even before we've had even before we found out that we were pregnant, I, from the very start of everything, have said, I think that we're gonna have a girl.
Whereas I have had very strong feelings that it's gonna be a boy. I did say at the start, didn't I? I was like messing about with you, and like at maybe the first 2 to 3 weeks, we were saying she a lot. Like just how sometimes say it to people, it just rolls off the tongue, don't it? And like
we never said it to people, we just said it to each other as like a joke.
I think it's when we started having scans and seeing the baby, I was like, no, definitely boy. At one point, I had such a strong feeling that I could have gone into a shop, bought boys' clothes,
been happy with
like,
that.
Yeah, we're having a boy. As far as preferences are concerned, we don't have any preference. Well, I don't know about you, but I definitely don't have any preference. I've had so many people in my Instagram DM saying like, you definitely want a girl. I think growing up as a girl, every girl kind of has that dream of having a little girl at some point, but I'm surrounded by boys. Like I have my two best friends, Olivia and Erin, both have boys, and I love them so much, and I'm so obsessed with them. Obviously I'm just as obsessed with Heidi, Matilda's little girl. I would honestly be over the moon with either. Like I don't know, like, I just think they're both, boys and girls are so cute and so loving, and they've both got different types of things,
personalities.
Different things that I love about them all. Like I would be honestly over the moon with either. I don't have any preferences as long as baby's healthy.
We want a healthy, happy baby.
All that matters.
That's it. But I will say, if it's a boy, Project Hamilton is underway.
I would like to have one of each at some point.
Yeah. Can we get the first one out of the way first?
Yeah.
And we can confirm it's just one baby.
It is just one baby, yeah. But
the scan that we went for, she said, yeah, there's just one in there.
Whatever they are, girl or boy, we will love them just as much. We have no preferences. I think boy, you think girl.
I think girl.
So the next question is, will you show baby online when they're here?
Yeah. people say like, oh, I'm not going to show my baby, but it's like,
it is personal preference. Like I understand why people don't want to do it, and I understand why people do want to do it. Like,
yeah, if you don't want to show your baby, don't.
Yeah, I completely understand why people don't do it. I do understand that, but it's something that I've thought about a lot, and so far, like, it might change once the baby's here, but so far, like, I'm more than happy to share them online, just because it'd be weird not to. And
yeah,
we share everything about our lives.
That's what I mean. The main thing is our life is filming.
Of course, I want to keep them as safe as possible. Like I want everything to be safe and everything, but our whole livelihood and everything that we enjoy is filming. However, I will put one thing out there. We have already had the discussion that once they are old enough to kind of like make their own decisions, and if we are still filming for YouTube and things, if they turn around to us and say, I don't want to be on camera anymore, that is absolutely fine. Like, they don't have to be on camera. I want to document that part of their life.
Everything.
Because, like, just imagine, look back on, like, videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And how cool that would be, like, being able to look back on
the best thing
life.
We're going to be able to show this child me starting this channel, meeting Ellie, announcing Ellie on the channel, then Ellie finding out she's getting blue, Ellie finding out that she's pregnant, Ellie telling me like we're going to be able to show the child everything once they've grown up, and then if we can film them growing up, once they grow up, they can go back and watch everything from the very start and watch them growing up from a baby to a big hunky man / lovely lady, if it is a boy or a girl.
I don't know what you just said, but
okay.
I won't be shoving my camera in my baby's face 24/7. Like, I want it just to feel like what it is now.
If we're just vlogging, it'll be, we're off out today, and if the baby's in our arms, it's going to be there. It's not like we're going to be like...
It's just going to be casual, it's just going to be... Any cravings so far? So I guess you can't really answer this one.
No, I can. At the minute, I don't know if this is a craving, but you've had a liquid craving, which is iced tea.
Yeah.
So you want, for some reason, every morning she wakes up and she wants an iced tea.
Yeah, but the reason for that is water's been making me gip. Do know that there is the tiniest bit of caffeine in iced tea. I've already researched it. But for the first 10 weeks, 12 weeks maybe, I just cut out caffeine. Like, I'd have the odd Coca-Cola, like that'd be it. But I have been enjoying it during the day as well, so yeah, that's my liquid craving. But
the other week was she just sat on the sofa and she went, I need a chocolate cake with chocolate custard on it.
That's a craving, 100%.
I went to Tesco and I bought one of them, what's it called?
Betty Crocker Devil's Food Cake, I think.
And I'd been upstairs, I came downstairs, she turned the kitchen upside down, she's whisking up this cake. No, I
tidied it up, it was clean, it wasn't.
She was whipping up this cake and then put it in the oven. Next thing, chocolate custard's all over it, and then she sat there just...
So good. A lot of my cravings actually are old like foods that I've had in my life. Like that chocolate cake came from, you know when you were in school, like the puddings you had in school, the chocolate cake with the chocolate custard, like that was what I was craving. And then I put on my story as well, and I had so many responses, so thank you to everyone that responded. These sweets that I used to get in a sweet shop.
Oh, the Haribo ones.
Yeah, but no, the Swizzlers, but they are discontinued. I've tried my best to get my hands on them. There is a few things out there that are similar. I know a lot of you have sent me like pictures and stuff. The first craving that I had, which we can't really work out, can we, whether it was a craving or not because it was so early on, was one chicken wings, like chicken.
Not chicken wings.
No, yeah, because it weren't really chicken.
Yeah, but let me just describe what it was.
No,
this is what she said. She was like,
no, right. Stop before you carry on, because you're going to make me sound disgusting.
No, she said, I need to eat chicken wings, but it's got to be chicken on the bone because I've got to suck the juice off of the bone. Right. I was like, what?
No, it was like juicy chicken, like juicy meat. Please, if any of you, I'm a vegetarian, I'm very sorry right now.
And she wanted the juice dripping down the
No,
chin.
I didn't want that. I wanted like soft, juicy chicken. I don't know if that was a craving. It could have been, but
that was before we found out.
That was before we found out, so it could have just been. I craved things before I was pregnant. The first proper one I would say was ham sandwiches. I was having ham sandwiches every day, and coleslaw.
Coleslaw was the biggest one.
Coleslaw was the biggest one, but now I can't.
And I hate it.
I'm not joking. Every night for my tea, I would have a ham sandwich, coleslaw, and then the Sensations sweet chili crisp. Yeah. And I would like scoop the coleslaw onto the crisps and eat that. That was like it. That's all I could stomach. But the main one is I could eat it day in, day out. It's a jacket potato, beans and cheese. But I will put it out there that I was absolutely obsessed with these before I was pregnant.
Yeah.
When you get pregnant, you either go one way and you've got such a huge appetite and you could eat everything, or if you're like me, you'll have no appetite, and when you have no appetite, it's so difficult trying to figure out what to eat. I have, not that I've really had morning sickness, but like I'll eat foods that I like and then all of a sudden I'll just stop and Lee looks at me and I'll just gip.
She sent me into town, right, because she needed a sandwich with sausage, bacon,
hash browns,
right? It was this big beefy sandwich.
Yeah, it had to be we used to go there all the time.
So I went in, I got me a sausage sandwich and I got Ellie's one. Came home,
bear in mind it's like a 20-minute drive.
It's all the way out there and then back again. And we sat eating it and I'm just nobbing away on my sausage sandwich and she eats it and she goes, and that was it. She didn't eat it then. So I went all the way out for it.
No, I did.
Came back.
I literally left like that much. It wasn't a lot.
You should left it.
The next question is, do you have any baby names in mind?
Well,
we are the worst humans possible when it comes to naming a baby.
Do you know what though? I think we can say the one that I wanted. I think we can
We're
say
obviously not going to say no.
No, the one that I wanted, because I don't think we're going to use it. So I think we can say it.
No, I don't know if I want to I don't know if I want to risk saying it.
What, so you think we might use it?
No, but I don't want to risk saying it just in case. I'm not going to be one of those that like doesn't tell you the name of our baby. Like, I will tell you as soon as it's here, but I don't want to put the name out there and then all of you start falling in love with this name and then the baby's here and we don't use it. I think it's hard until, one, you know what the gender is, and two, you see your baby.
Well, can we say some names that we know that we're definitely not going to use?
Yeah. Do the girl name that you liked that I really didn't like.
The A one?
Yeah.
Right.
And no offence to anyone that's used this baby name, but it's just not for us.
No, I liked it first, and I'll tell you where I got it from as well. Yeah, but it was before we found out I was pregnant. I was like, oh, if in life I ever have a girl,
okay,
I'd like it to be called Aurora.
Yeah, I can't imagine myself with her.
I got it from a film called Passengers, and it's with Jennifer Lawrence and someone else.
The whole backstory.
Yeah, but she's called Aurora, and I was like, oh, that's a cool name, and ever since then it's stuck. But we're not going to use that.
We also have picked out a couple of middle names, so we've been trying to see what works with like the middle names that we've picked out. I've had so many top lovely names that Lee just doesn't like, and it's again personal preference. So if anyone's watching this and your child is named this or you're named this,
no offense,
please don't be offended. It's nothing.
I mean, I'm called Lee.
We really liked Elsie for a little girl, but in my family everyone calls me Elsie.
Yeah, so
everyone calls me Elsie,
close.
so it's too close. And then I've always loved Florence and Fleur for short, but you wasn't keen on that one, were you?
No, because it reminds me of that fish out of Nemo, when she thinks she's got a twin sister, but it's actually a reflection in the tank.
I didn't know that was it.
She's called Fleur, but she's not real.
And then for boys, I really liked Chester. You didn't like Chester.
No, it weren't that I didn't like it. It was just that I can't imagine us calling if it is a boy,
I actually have a list. One of my top boy names, which I've actually always loved, is Oscar, but you don't like Oscar, do you?
Oscar's out there. I don't like it.
You don't not like it, you just don't want to.
Yeah.
I remember at one point, you liked Saint, which again, nothing against anyone that's...
Is Kanye West kid called Saint?
Yeah. We've been through so many, like, I feel like we've been together that long. You
go through phases though, don't you, where you think of a name.
This is what I mean though, like, I don't want to pick a name that in 4 years' time I get bored of. Not that I would get bored of it, but like, I don't know, we've never done it before, so I don't know what the deal is. For girls, I had loads. Bonnie, Evelyn, Olive, Willow, Olivia.
Yeah.
It's so hard, guys. It's so hard.
It's because you have to pick this little thing's name for the rest of its life. So at the minute, we don't know what we're calling our baby, but we have some names that we think could be good contenders.
We have 2 girl names and 2 boy names.
Yeah.
Will you film the birth?
Yeah, right there, whoa!
I am going to film the birth. What I show, I'm not actually too sure yet. Like, I've not decided like what will be shown online, obviously. But I do want to be like as open with you all as I possibly can be. I'm going to film the birth regardless because I want to remember that.
We will be filming everything because
but also I don't
it.
want to have that pressure of thinking, yeah, I'm definitely filming it, because you just genuinely don't know what's going to happen. I think unless you have like a planned cesarean section, it's out of our hands. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know when the baby's going to come.
Yeah.
Like, so if we have the opportunity to film the birth, we will obviously film the birth. And obviously there are going to be a few moments that I just want to keep just for us.
Yeah.
Everyone's asked me like, do you have a plan for birth? And I've always said I don't want a plan for birth. Obviously I want a few things. Like, I don't really want an epidural, and ideally I'd like a water birth. I think everyone's like says that they'd like a water birth, but I don't want to get it in my head that I have this set plan just in case something doesn't happen. I don't want to be disheartened that that's not happened. I'm well aware it's going to be the most painful day of my life. It's gonna hurt. I'm gonna be in agony. I'm probably gonna think I'm dying, but they're in there now and they've got to come out somehow.
We will be filming it because obviously we don't know what's going to happen, but I want to capture the moment in case I faint. What if I faint while you're pushing it out? Like,
you'll be fainting for a very long time.
But it's a thing that like some people's partners do faint when they see things
but
happening.
you can just stay up by my head, so that's
my curiosity is going to want to look.
What symptoms did you have in the first trimester?
Luckily none, really.
I feel really awful saying this because I know a lot of people have gone through a lot in the first trimester. When I look back, I couldn't actually give you a list of symptoms. In the first trimester, I wasn't sick at all. Not once. I've only been sick twice, and that's in the second trimester. Barely had cravings. I had cravings, but like they could have been normal cravings. I had a couple of headaches. I had that week where I had a few headaches.
Yeah, I would say the main thing is just your tiredness.
Yeah, I'm just tired. It is tiring, but also like I am quite a tired person. Like I do love a nap.
It's already past your nap time.
It is already past my nap time. But yeah, apart from that, I have been incredibly lucky. The only thing that I did want to address is the anxiety. Like no one told me how
how
anxious you are when you're pregnant. Also, like you only get 2 scans in the UK. You get the 12-week and the 20-week. Luckily, we had early reassurance scans, but obviously some people don't have that option.
Early reassurance scan, big shout out to our baby Mextra.
Massive. Our sonographer, Rachel, at the early reassurance scan, it's a private place. I actually like owe my life to her. Like she is incredible. She's the loveliest lady ever, and she has reassured me so much. And if I can say anything to anyone, it is if you are able to go and get an early reassurance scan, and if you're around the Barnsley, Rotherham, Yorkshire area.
Or if you're not, travel for it because it's worth it. And I would say out of the 18 weeks so far, you've actually been sat over the toilet to be sick 3 times out of the whole time.
Are you starting to feel baby move yet? I feel like I possibly could be, but I've never had a baby before, so I don't know. And also, Rachel actually said that my placenta is at the top, so I won't feel as much as most people will. But I feel like I've been feeling like little flutters here and there. That's another thing. When you start to think that you feel something and then you don't feel something, you're like, oh, have they gone quiet? Like, have I? Like, it's so weird. But you've not felt baby yet, have you?
But it's not big enough yet, is it?
No, and I've not. I hate it when you call it in.
We've seen it kick though.
We've seen it on a scan kick.
Yeah, that's what I mean. On a scan we've seen little legs
like when I'm laid and my belly's out, I'm not seeing anything. I'm really excited for Lee to be able to feel the baby move. I don't know if it's moving. Like I don't know what I'm feeling. Like it could just be my belly. Like
right now,
it could just be a fart. Do you know what I mean? Like it could just be bubbles coming.
Yeah, tell me about it. Are you going to move house?
This is one you can answer.
Yeah, simple question. No, we're not. Because if you remember from my reaction, if you look at my reaction video, my reaction is, in this house?
We obviously do want to move house eventually. I don't know if any of you watching this will know, but we rent this house. It's just what works for us at the time. It works for us now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We are hoping that when the baby's maybe 1.
A bit older,
I'd say like toddler, I'm thinking we're going to buy a house. But
and also, adult chat here, waiting for them blooming interest rates to come down. Hey, let me tell you.
How anyone can buy a house these days.
The worst thing is when Stephen, who's 95, goes, I remember in my day when we bought a house at 15. Yeah, because your house was $4,000, mate.
While I'm comfortable, while I'm happy, I feel content, we feel safe.
This house is our
home.
It feels like the day that we moved into it still.
And also we have the loveliest landlord and literally
neighbours.
And neighbours, and it's such a perfect location. We have a room for the baby. The baby's gonna have my old office.
R.I.P. to that. You guys have seen us move into this house. I think what will be cool is seeing our very first child grow up in this house.
Yeah, and also like I'm nearly halfway. Like could you imagine the stress of buying a house and moving right now? Like I just couldn't do it. So last but not least.
Yeah, final question is, do you have any worries about becoming parents? Yeah. There's obviously worries because you're bringing up a little sprogger that you've just plopped out.
I think our biggest worries is not when the baby's a baby.
It's when it's more of a...
We've spoken a lot about when the baby like grows up.
Yeah.
And like how do we navigate this world at the minute? Like it's a very...
Let's be honest, it's in a bit of a bad place, isn't it?
It's very hard to navigate for us. So trying to help a child navigate it in the world is gonna be hard.
The main worry is just being a good parent, because how do you know what's good and what's bad?
You don't get everything right. Like you're gonna make mistakes. I think you just in your head you just want to be the best parent. Like we say, don't we, like we can't work against each other, we've got to work together, because we never want the child growing up thinking, oh, I'll go to mum for this because dad's gonna say no, or I'll go to dad for this because mum's gonna, like we've got to kind of build that foundation straight away.
Although if you're watching this when you've grown up, I hope you come to me for a few things. We'll sneak some stuff away from mum me.
Me personally, like, I feel confident around my friends' kids. I feel like it's what I was meant to be. Like, I was always meant to be a mum. Like, I feel like I've got that motherly thing in me.
You're gonna be a lot better, especially to start with, because I've got a lot of learning to do.
No, but we've said, like, anything you don't know, like, I'll try and teach you.
But I mean, just like off the rip, I'm gonna be
the rip.
Like, as soon as it pops out, that's it. Before it's there, and I'm gonna be like, Ellie, what? Ellie? She's gonna have to tell me everything because I don't know a single thing, whereas you've already got like a bit of an idea of.
Yeah, but I've already said, like, I want it to be 50-50, like.
I've already said that. I want to do the night feeds, I want to change nappies, I want to be able, the main thing I want to be able to do is say Ellie's not in, or not even that you're not in, like when we're in the house together, if the baby's unsettled, I want to learn how to settle the baby. If you do have any advice, leave it down in the comments.
Yes, we are very open.
We'll be reading all the comments, so if you've got any parenting advice, how to change a nappy, how to I don't know. If you've got any advice at all that you think would help, just like simple things, leave it down in the comments. We're open to absolutely anything. But hopefully we have rounded up all of your questions and anything that you might have. If you do have any other questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I'm going to go through and reply to loads. So please, any questions you got, I'll reply to them. Make sure you follow Ellie on Instagram, me on Instagram, Ellie on TikTok, me on TikTok. We're going to be posting so much everywhere. So if you want to keep up with us and this mad journey that we're going to be going on, just make sure you follow us everywhere.
And the gender reveal will be on this channel at the end of the month.
At the end of the month, it will be on here.
Keep your eyes peeled. Leave your guesses down below.
Yeah, guess what you think it's going to be. Do you think we are going to have a boy or a girl? Hope you all have a good day, good weekend, good Christmas if it's getting that close to it. Well, I hope you enjoy watching these next few years of our life as becoming parents. Put it there, brother.
I don't like this pumpkin.
No, I didn't think you did.